Hello guys, my wonderful people, how are you? Friends, today I'm gonna tell you 25 jobs in Canada which are currently very high on demand, and these jobs will give you Canada permanent residence. And currently these jobs are very high on demand in Alberta, one of the best provinces in Canada for the new immigrants. Welcome guys, my name is Ram from Edmonton, Alberta. I make Canada immigration related videos. I provide advisory help and support to all the people who wish to come to Canada and live here permanently. So guys, without any further ado, let's have a look at these 25 jobs, and after that I will tell you further informations. Okay, so let's have a look first. So guys, these are the 25 jobs which are currently very high on demand in Alberta. And if you are one of them, then I would highly advise you that please send your application right now. Do not do any delay, because the more you do delay, the more it will take time, then the things may change, the demand may change. Alright, so this is a high time, this is a peak time. So send your application right now to Alberta PNP program, okay? Alberta Permanent Nominee Program, which is called AINP, Alberta Immigration Nominee Program. Send your application right now, okay? All you need to qualify in the Alberta Provincial Nominee Programs AINP is just a 300 CRS score. I would say 300 CRS score is a nominalist requirement. You know, it's not very high, unless unlike in the express entry where you need at least 470 CRS scores. So okay, this is a very high opportunity, you know, and I always advise you, always look for Alberta, always try first in Alberta, then if you couldn't get in Alberta, go for another provinces, you know, right? If you don't know how to calculate your CRS score, you don't know your CRS score at all, then I will quickly show you right now, okay? So please watch this step by step and do exactly how I'm showing in the video, okay? Let's start first. Let's see how to calculate your CRS score. Alright guys, to calculate your CRS score, you need to go to this website. The website is available in the Canada Immigration website. However, I have provided the link in the video description, okay? So just click that link and you'll get this window. Okay, alright, so when this window opens, all you need to do is just scroll down. Here you can see all the information about the CRS ranking system. You can go through if you would like to, or otherwise just scroll all the way down and head here at the very bottom. You will see number 1, what is your marital status. So like this, there's a drop down, right? So likewise there is a one after another. There will be the drop down form will show up and you have to fill one after another. Okay, just click here and select one of the option here. Okay, if you are married, you can select married, whatever you are, right? Unmarried, not never married, without, whatever is your situation, whatever you are, you have to select married. I select married here. Let's see. Okay, married. Next one is your spouse or common law partner a citizen or permanent resident of Canada? select yes or no depending on what is your status. Okay, so I'll say here no. Let's say for generally most of the people don't have, right? So let's go in that way. Okay, next is, will your spouse or common law partner come with you to Canada? Okay, so here depending on what is your plan, right? If you are bringing your wife together with you, or you're just coming by yourself, depending with that one, I would say yes, I would accompany with my wife. Okay, let's say yes. How old are you? Okay, asking about your age. Okay, choose the best answer. If you have been invited to apply, enter your age on the date you were invited, or if you plan to complete an express entry profile, enter your current age. All right, so just enter your age as according to your passport. Okay, so let's say your age is now exactly 29. All right, and the next is, what is your level of education? Okay, all right, so you have to write the education level as according to your WES. Okay, so after the WES, what you have got the education criteria equivalent. Okay, so according to that one. Okay, so here, earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate, or had educational credential assessment ECA been done. If you did your study outside Canada, ECAs must be from a approved agency in the last 5 years. Okay, so the approved agency for Canada is WES. All right, so this is ECAs. Okay, so you have to write according to your ECA. All right, so let's say here, so your education is, let's protect only a bachelor's degree. Okay, so you didn't have a master's degree, you just have cleared your bachelor's. Okay, so let's select bachelor's degree. So this one, the 4B, this one is a little bit, most of the people get confused about this one. It's very tricky, so just understand. Okay, so number B here, have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate? Okay, so this is only for those people who have studied in Canada. If you haven't, never been to Canada, this is your first time to come to Canada, this option no. Okay, if you have currently in Canada, you have studied in Canada, or you studied in Canada and then you're back to your country, then you can select this one. Okay, otherwise say no, you haven't have any education certificate from Canada, right? Next, number 5, official language. Canada's language are English and French. So what do you have? Have you done your IELTS test or not? Okay, so you do the CRS score calculations only after you have your IELTS score, so that you'll get the tentative score, okay, the exact score. Okay, are your test result less than 2 years old? Okay, so it should be valid. All IELTS results are valid for 2 years. Okay, yes, let's say select yes. Which language test did you take for your first official language? All right, so here we'll say IELTS. Okay, and then now you have to give individual score of each model here. Okay, speaking, how much is your score? Just according to your IELTS score, just fill in this one. Okay, let's assume here, let's say here 7 speaking, and then listening you say 8 is listening. Reading is okay, let's say your reading is also 6.5, and writing is 7. Okay, so this is, I'm just randomly entering. Now, do you have other language results? Okay, if so, which language test did you take for your second language officials? If you have out of French, so let's say here's option here, TCF Canada, not applicable. So say not applicable. TF, this is for the French language. Okay, so if you haven't done any French language course or anything like that, just like IELTS, then just select not applicable. That's it. And then work experience. All right, so in the last 10 years, again, this one is also, you need to understand, okay, very carefully. What is asking about is in Canada. This is for Canada. Have you worked in Canada before or not? That is asking. Okay, so here in the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? So here, this is in Canada. Okay, if you haven't come to Canada, you have never been to Canada, never worked in Canada, then this is not to be filled for. Okay, not to be filled, or they will say yes. All right, most of the people, they click yes and they say that the higher CRS score, and later they find out that that's an incorrect CRS score. The lesser CRS score like derived by the Canada immigration is lower, and then you say, why my Canada CRS score is lower by right when you submit all the documents? Because of this error. Okay, so this is only if you have studied, or sorry, if you have worked in Canada. Okay, so here, if you aren't sure of the NOC tier category for this job, you can find an NOC category. So here, you don't know like which category, which education qualifications you have here. So here, and work experience in Canada here, you say none or less than 1 year, because you haven't worked in Canada. So you have said none or less than 1 year. Okay, not tier 1, tier 2, 20, not like that. In the last 10 years, how many total years of foreign skilled work experience do you have? Yes, this is for all the people who have never been to Canada, who have work experience in your country or other than your country, any other foreign countries you have worked. Let's say, for example, if you worked in the Gulf countries, Dubai, Qatar, or if you work in Japan, if you work in Malaysia, Europe, different other countries other than your home country, then yes, you have to fill here. Okay, you have to choose here. So which one is how many years of experience? Let's say 3 years or more. 3 years or more. All right, and then next is number 7. Do you have a certificate or qualification from Canadian province or territory or federal body? Of course not, because you have never been to Canada. So this option is absolutely not for you. So you say no. Additional points. Do you have a valid job offer supported by labor market impact assessment if needed? All right, so that's mostly, I think most of the guys, they don't have a valid job offer, right? So obviously we'll say no. And do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory? Yes, of course, no, because you have never been to Canada, you have never applied for any other programs. This is the first time you're going to apply, right? So from the provinces, they are not giving you, haven't given you any NOI. So all we say is no. Okay. And then, do you or your spouse or common law partner, if they will come with you to Canada, have at least one brother or sister living in Canada who is a citizen or permanent resident? If you have sent anybody something like that, you have already understood what it means, then you say yes, otherwise you say no. Okay, so I will say no, I don't have nobody, my wife has nobody here in Canada, nobody has nobody here in Canada, right? Okay, then what is the highest level of education for which your spouse or common law partner has? Okay, so here your wives, okay, your partner. Okay, if you're lady, then your husband's, and if you're a man, then your wife. If we both guys are married, okay, then select here. And say your spouse is also bachelor's degree, 3 years bachelor's degree. Let's select that one. Okay. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada or does your spouse or common law partner? Again, this is very tricky. Same thing you have to understand. This is only if your partner had worked in Canada. If she not, say no. No, Netherlands. Okay. If your partner, if your wife had worked in Canada or she's currently working in Canada and you are in your country, then yes, you can choose that one as according to that one. Otherwise, it's the first time for both of you, then obviously none. And did your spouse or common law partner take a language test? Yes, it's better if she does language test so that you'll get an extra point. Okay, if say yes. So I will always recommend to let your partner also do an IELTS exam and get her result and fill up here. Let's say speaking is 7, listening is 8. She's very good at reading, so I would say I'll give her 8 in. I'll give her 7 or to 7.5 in the reading, and I'll give her writing also 7 in the writing. Total is very good. And okay, so now everything is done. Now down here you see calculate your score. Okay, so that's the end of all the forms to fill up. Right now, calculate your score. Just hit that, and your result is now it's done. So let's see what is the total. So here you see your total CRS score is 387. Good. So this is your total CRS score, and the requirement for the Alberta PNP program is 300. So it's way higher. So you have a chance. So even if you're not just a bachelor degree, you don't have a master's degree, right? Even if your IELTS score is just a minimum, you don't have all 8, right? So if your IELTS score is 8,
and if you have master's degree, obviously your CRS score will cross 400, right, or higher than 400. Yeah, so guys, this is your CRS score, simple and easy. Okay, thank you very much.
Your chances of success depends on these three things. Number one, your IELTS score. Okay, so if you have minimum 7 IELTS score, it's been 7 or higher, the higher is better, you have a chance. Okay, less than 7 could be a tricky. Okay, but more than 7 in each band is, there will be some chances. Okay, second is length of work experience. The more experience you have, the more chance you will have. Okay, the more experience I mean is more than 5 years work experience. Okay, and number third is if you have any relatives in Alberta, that will give you additional points. Okay, but this is not a mandatory. Okay, it's just an optional, which is nice to have. All right, so because immigration officers, they will all see that if you have relatives, like your blood on relatives, family members in Alberta, this will give you additional points for you, and there will be more chance for you to get an NOI. Okay, other thing is that like if you have a job offer from Alberta, and a company from Alberta, that will for sure and sure will give you a good score of 600, right? So points, and that will definitely give you an NOI from the Alberta. So those are the secondary things, right? But the very important is that your IELTS score. So guys, make sure that you have a good score in IELTS. So dedicate yourself, do more study, and focus on your IELTS study programs and all that kind of a thing, and try to get as high a point as possible. Okay, so it's a matter of your future, right? So that's why don't just take it lightly about the IELTS. Do very take it very seriously and do very well. Okay, so guys, these are some basic requirements, and as I said, the primary requirement is 300 CRS score, which is I would say is a very low requirement, and I would really wish you guys to apply in the this Alberta PNP programs. Okay, and these jobs will definitely give you a Canada PR. So guys, if you qualify all these things, you have already done your IELTS, and you have ready with your IELTS score, and you have all education done, you have a nice work experience and everything, everything is in handy, everything's ready, then do not delay, send your application right now to Alberta PNP program, and you never know, the next to a couple of months you might be here. Because what, just recently on August 29, there was a PNP draw just held in August 29, and 18 applicants, they received an NOI from the Alberta, so they got NOI. And do you know that from this 18 people who received NOI from Alberta, the lowest one who received an NOI, his CRS score was just 300. So guys, you see, even the 300 score one got a NOI. So it's not necessary that if you have more CRS score you will get a NOI. It's not necessarily. The thing is that that you must have a good work experience, you must have very good score in your IELTS, right? And if you have some technical diploma certificate or training certificates kind of a thing, right? Those things strengthen your application. Okay, so like more diploma courses you have done besides your formal education, these are the things gives you more room, more chances, and your application becomes more stronger because of the new rules now which came up in the tier, right? So these are all the things makes factor. Okay, so don't just think that you have just 300 CRS score, there's no chances. No, there are chances, because there are other factors that makes matter. Okay, so as I tell you, and also don't be like disappointed that you have nobody in Canada, you don't have any relatives, no friends, nothing. Doesn't matter. If you have a good score, you have a good education backgrounds, then you have a chance. Alright guys, so guys, that's all for today. And in the next video, I will show you how to send an application in the Alberta PNP program, right? Because I told you now to apply the PNP programs, but how to apply? What is the procedure of application? So I will tell you in the next video, step-by-step process, how to write an application, how to send your application in the Alberta programs, how to create representative profile and all these things. Okay, so in detail, step by step. Okay guys, so guys, if you're watching my video for the first time and if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you would like to know more about Canada, would want to know how to apply in the Canada, then please do subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you will receive instant notification whenever I upload new video. Okay guys, so having said, I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care, have a good day.